Hello everyone, Rankhill here, and with a new year comes patch 2.4, a new season, and an update to my fast leveling guide. Like my other videos, I have a more in-depth version of this in text form on Reddit, and I will also be updating my fast gearing guide for level 70 characters. Links to both are in the description below, but the fast gearing guide will probably come out a little bit later, so be sure to subscribe to know when it becomes available. Patch 2.4 itself brings many changes to the leveling process and early gear acquisition once you do reach level 70. In this guide, I'll go into detail about the best methods to level up a fresh seasonal character using adventure mode and how to fast track your 6-piece class set. The biggest changes in 2.4 is the addition of action combat buffs, more specific the Massacre experience bonuses. This drastically changes the leveling strategy from previous seasons. You'll still want to keep moving like you did before, but now you want to maintain attacking monsters to keep your Massacre bonus going. This is easier if you ignore champ packs and bring them along with you. They'll maintain aggro and you can keep hitting them while you move on to the next pack. You'll want to tap stragglers if they're on your way, and ranged abilities and damage over time attacks are key to keeping attacks on enemies. Also, you would want to keep one piece of thorns if you can, because any ranged attacks that are on you will trigger the effect and keep the Massacre bonus going. On the PTR, the Massacre bonus itself was calculated from the base experience on normal difficulty. Therefore, your Massacre bonus will award the same experience bonus regardless of the difficulty you choose. This is why, this time around, we will start the game on normal difficulty. You will later bump the game up to hard once you do gain a good baseline of gear and skills, which will allow you to kill faster. The Massacre bonus's breakpoints are listed here on this chart. The minimum Massacre is 15 kills, which is very easy to get. The multiplier stops at 4 times when you get 400 plus kills, so keep that in mind. Don't feel bad if you can't get 400 kills every time. Getting 100 to 150 is actually pretty easy and gives you 75% of the experience for 25% of the Massacre kills needed. It's still very easy to get 200, 300, and even 400 kills while leveling in dense zones like Fields of Misery or Halls of Agony. And take note, this is still only in bounty killing. The Massacre bonus does not work in rifts. In previous seasons, you prioritize damage over anything. You might have to back off on DPS this time around if you notice you are killing monsters too fast, or you can just bump up the difficulty. If this happens, focus more on survivability, as you might have several mobs falling behind you, and it gets worse the higher up in difficulty you go to stay alive. You can make up for a lack of survivability by using diamonds in your socketed armor pieces, but just make sure to keep a ruby in your helm for extra experience. Before you get started, first and foremost, you'll still want to create a new seasonal character, but now you can also create a rebirth of an older one. There's no longer a requirement to unlock adventure mode, so if you never had it, anyone can start with it in seasons. Select normal difficulty and start your game. While leveling, pick up as many items as you can to salvage for crafting materials later. The limiting factor will be rare items, so make sure you pick up those when you can. Once you're in game, immediately steal the weapons off your follower. The Enchantress and Templar have one-handed weapons, and the Scoundrel has a bow. Even if you stole the Templar's weapons, hire the Templar if you are doing solo play. If you are running in a group, have one person rush through story mode on normal to get to Leoric's room entrance. This person can still try to chain kill monsters for the Massacre bonus themselves to gain experience, but I wouldn't really worry if this person gets behind on levels. They will catch up once they join the main group. Once they get this checkpoint, have them leave the game and join back in your adventure mode game. You'll return to this game after you turn in your bonus act bounty. In your adventure mode, you can start looking for bounties. Keeping the game on normal, you're going to rush through and complete the first bonus act. I find that your first 10 or so levels are needed to gain a good baseline of gear and skills, and then after that you can bump up the difficulty to hard within the game menu without leaving the game. When you do finally finish the bonus act, do not turn it in. I repeat, do not turn it in. You will be saving this to turn in at level 23 so you can have a chance at getting the Kane's Fate set pattern. If you do complete the act before level 23, you can continue on to focus farming dense zones and bounties until you do get level 23. At level 6, you can buy rings off the fence vendors and amulets at level 10. Look for the ones with a min-max damage range on them, as those are the best to increase your damage. Once you do get into your late teens, you'll start seeing gems drop in the game as well. Place rubies in your helm and weapons, and diamonds in your armor and jewelry slots for defense, And whenever you need to get them, salvage an item if it is magic, rare, or a legendary that you do not want to save to cube later. Do not use the jeweler as it is too expensive. And while on the subject of cubing, keep all your legendary items while you level up. A low level item is just as good as a high level item for Kunai Cube affect stripping. Once everyone in your game is 23, turn in your first bonus act tutorial. Hopefully you get the Kane's Fate set drop. There are only 7 patterns that can drop at this level. If you do get the Kane's Fate set, save up the materials to craft the gloves, boots, and pants. You'll use the helm slot for a Leoric's crown, but if you do not get the crown, then you can craft the Kane's helm if you'd like. And now that you have completed your bonus act, if you had another group member queue up Leoric, you can do this now. The lowest you can do Leoric is level 20 to get the guaranteed crown drop, so you're already okay here being 23 and above. Once you do get the crown, return back to adventure mode on hard difficulty. At this point, you have a few paths to take. You can stick strictly to farming Cursed Chest with the Fields of Misery and Halls of Agony with the Massacre bonus, which is going to be probably the fastest method. Another method that you could do is to work on clearing the bonus acts to build yourself up a good set of Kunai Cube crafting materials once you do hit level 70, and still get Massacre bonuses along the way. The final method is that you could take the lazy route and you could just farm rifts. With the armor that you get while leveling, rifts will be the slowest because the Massacre bonus does not work inside the rifts, but you have the benefit of double legendary drops to save for cubing. Personally, I'll be clearing the bonus acts as this saves me the effort of doing my first round once I hit level 70 and I can get straight to rift farming. I might be a little bit slower to level to 70, but I'll have a bonus of other things that I would be doing later, so overall my playtime will probably be reduced. I will also be picking up my Kunai's Cube while leveling to avoid needing to get one at level 70. But no matter which method you choose, you'll only be off by a few hours in the end, so when potentially you'll be spending hundreds of hours past 70, it's probably not that big of a difference. When you do get to level 42, upgrade your blacksmith to rank 10. This is so you can begin crafting level 60 weapons with reduced levels on them. Patch 2.3 removed level 60 two-handed weapons from the crafting pool, so you need to craft one-handed maces this time around or a bow if you're a demon hunter. If you are a dual-wield class, you want to use your second best craft or a shield as your offhand. Otherwise, you'll want to craft a level 60 source or mojo and try and get reduced levels on those. Unfortunately, demon hunters only get a level 59 quiver, but it still works out if you need it. Since the Massacre bonus is the same regardless of difficulty, getting a reduced level weapon isn't as critical but is still beneficial. It just matters how much you'll play. If you get a level 60 weapon with 18 reduced levels, you can remake your game and ignore trying to get large Massacre bonuses and trying to kill on Torment difficulties. I've made this reference table to show you, and I'll include it in the description below. Use this table to determine what difficulty is right for you. For example, if you can slaughter Torment 1 monsters with no Massacre bonus, that's just as good as getting a 400 kill Massacre bonus on normal. I still suggest leveling on hard difficulty and chain killing monsters, because kiting large packs of monsters can get you killed fast on Torment difficulty, and you don't need to recreate your game. The bottom line is either to kill monsters fast on higher difficulties or maintain a large Massacre bonus on lower difficulties. Both should be rewarding you similar experience. The added benefit of staying in the same game on hard difficulty is continuing bonus act farming and not losing your progress if you have chosen that route. If you are straight killing on Torment difficulties, you just run rifts for the simplicity of not recreating games like you would clearing focused zones. When the killing does slow down, drop the difficulty back to hard and you can go back to farming specific zones or bounties for Massacre bonuses. Once you do hit level 61, swap over to a Marquee Emerald in your weapon and a Ruby in the helm. If you have a Death's Breath and have not gotten a level 61 weapon upgrade, upgrade your blacksmith and craft a two-handed weapon or crossbow. You can also upgrade your blacksmith again and try to craft level 70 weapons the same way that you crafted level 60 weapons. This time you'll only need 9 levels reduced, so it's the easiest just to straight craft these items. Maintain your method of killing all the way up to level 70, and once you ding level 70, open up your mail to get Hadred's Gift. These are the first 2 pieces of your class set. Craft some level 70 items to fill in the gaps, or you can purchase them. With this, leave your game, start it back up on Torment 2, and go kill Zoltan Kulle. It should be pretty easy to do with your 2-piece set, but just take your time. Once you do kill him, you'll get another mail with 2 more pieces of your class set. This 4-piece set should make you capable of doing Torment 4 rifts. So now leave and recreate your game, because once you complete this, you will unlock the option to do a Greater Rift level 20 when you do find a Greater Rift key. Once you've completed a Torment 4 rift, you can drop it down to a lower difficulty if you are struggling to farm for your keys. Once you find a key, the gear you have at this point should make Greater Rift 20 doable, and once you do complete that, you'll have your complete 6-piece class set. And now that you have your 6-piece set, Torment 6 or 7 will be a breeze. You can go to do bonus farming acts for materials on Torment 7 for the best drop amount if you skip that wall leveling, or you could go straight to farming rifts for blood shards to gamble and legendary items. Complete Greater Rifts when you get them, and work towards obtaining the 3 best gems for your build as well. You've now got your Kanai's Cube, 6-piece class set, several supporting legendary items, and 3 legendary gems with a stash of cube crafting materials to begin your move towards Torment 10 and higher Greater Rifts. I hope this guide has been helpful, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comments below. If you like guides like this, be sure to subscribe to my channel or check out my Twitch stream when I do stream. I plan to add some more beginner guides for Overwatch once the beta comes back up in January. I'll also be making beginner guides to Dirt Rally if you're interested in those games as well. As always, keep on keeping on, and see you next time.
60, left 6, and crest 60, right 6 crest, and crest jump maybe 80. Right 6 long, and right 4 crest.